Well, welcome to my class today called Faith. That's what I drew. I think I drew it last week. But I didn't do Thanksgiving because I had a visitor come for Thanksgiving called COVID-19. So I wasn't up to filming. Anyway, I'm back. Feeling really good. I had a pretty mild case. There was just about 3 days I didn't feel that great. Still have a little bit of stuff in my throat. I'm going to have to take a sip or two of my water here. But let's go ahead. I want to make sure that you have blocks, a blanket, a strap, and a cozy blanket for your Shavasana. I'm going to get this one out. It's my favorite one when I do Shavasana. It's all nice and warm and cozy. This class is Faith, of course. That's what I called it, or what I drew for my angel cards. And it's also a winter class to help you to get your muscles relaxed. You know, when you go outside and it's cold and you shiver and your shoulders come up to your ears and your back hunches over, we're going to do some things to counterbalance that. And then also a few tappings for the immune system. So these are things that you can keep in mind as you're going through the winter and trying to stay well. And let's see, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start down in easy pose. I hope that you have on something nice and comfy and warm. I have on a really soft long sleeve shirt and my winter yoga pants. These are fur lined, so they're really warm. Christmas. This whole month I will be focusing on the holidays. I'll be festive, I hope, for my classes in attire and spirit. So I really thought this was a great word to draw beginning our winter months in December, of course, because Christmas is probably one of the most faith-based holidays that we celebrate outside of Easter and Good Friday. So how I try to put it into the class is let's have faith that you will accomplish what you want to accomplish today. And maybe you will not look exactly how I look, but just have faith that you know that you're doing something positive for your health and your body and your mind and your spirit. So beginning in our easy pose, let me get my notes out here. Let's have our right leg in front, just so we can all be on the same leg, so to speak. And an easy pose. Let's just start by closing our eyes down, pulling in your Uddiyana Bandha, that's sucking in your lower gut, just to strengthen that. It's a sneaky way of helping to strengthen that core, which you need a lot of while you're doing yoga or any other poses. And it also helps to protect your back. If you have strong stomach muscles, you will have stronger back muscles. And we're going to go through our 4-count breathing today, just to get rid of any lyrical things that's going through your head, conversations that's going through your head. And let's just try to concentrate on our poses and have faith that that's what we need to be concentrating on for our betterment for today or this evening or whenever you watch this video. So here we go. You're going to breathe into the count of 4 through your nose, hold it to the count of 2, breathe out your mouth to the count of 4, and hold it to the count of 2. And I will count that for you. I won't be able to do the breathing because it's too hard to count and breathe. But go ahead, let's begin. Inhale, nostril, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2. Exhale, mouth, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2. Inhale, nose, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2. Exhale, mouth, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2. And then just start breathing normal. You should have already felt when you do a breathing exercise, it actually can start warming the body, clearing your mind, bringing your blood pressure down. And if you don't believe it and you have a blood pressure cuff, take your blood pressure before, go through a breathing exercise of some sort, and then take it afterwards. And you will see that it does most of the time lower it. So here we are in our easy pose, and we're going to take our, and you can keep your eyes closed during this part if you want to. It's very relaxing to do it that way. We're going to tilt our head to the right so that our ear is pressing towards our shoulder. And then if you want, you can take your right hand and place it on the side of your head just to feel the weight. Don't be pushing it. And take your left hand out to the side. If you want to take a little peek and see what I'm doing, that's perfectly fine. And we're going to flex our fingers up so that we're stretching through that palm. Just getting some stretching in. And then if you have your hand on your head, remove the hand and inhale the head back out. Exhale to the left. Take your left hand if you want. You can place it on your cheek. If you place it on your cheek, it gives a little more pressure. And then bring your right hand out to the side, fingers flexing up. And we'll just take a few breaths here. Should feel nice, not too much pressure. Make sure you've got your shoulders relaxed. And on your next exhale, return to center. That should have felt very, very nice. Inhale, and then exhale. I like to exhale through my mouth. You don't have to, but it's more relaxing. Inhale one more time, bringing the arms up. Exhale. Last time, inhale up. And this time, we're going to exhale and lean forward. Placing not your palms on the mat, but your fingertips. And really dig the fingertips in like you're clawing. That should get a nice long stretch through your armpit. And just breathe normally. On your next exhale, slowly come back to seated. And now if you want to gently come back into focus, start fluttering the eyelids open. I'm just kind of gazing downwards and letting my eyelids open slowly. Oh, that feels good. Now we're going to do a side stretch. So we're going to take the right hand. Oh, before we do that, recross the legs, left foot on top, and I'm sitting on a blanket. I don't know if I mentioned that. I can't remember. Or you can sit on a block. It helps to support the low back better. And I do have some low back issues, so I always like to make sure that I'm not straining that low back. So we're going to sit up nice and straight. Take your right hand and reach it out. And take your left hand as we inhale. Bring the left hand up and the right hand over. I feel like I'm off center and I need to get more centered on my mat. I'll do that in a moment. We're just going to hold it here for about 10 seconds. Make sure you got your low abdominal cavity nice and tight, pulling in the Uddiyana Bandha. 3, 2, 1. Inhale up. And I'm going to move over a little bit. I think I'm off-centered on camera now, but I'm centered on my mat. That's what's important. We're going to go to the right side one more time, and then we'll go to the left. So put your right hand pointing out to the right side. Inhale the left arm up. Exhale over. And I'm just bending straight over. Try to keep your back straight, aligned with your hip bones. Don't be like bending forward or backward too much. It's a straight line. Just pretend that you're in between. And I'm on my fingertips just to get a little stretch and work out on the fingers today. But you're welcome to come down to your palm if that's more comfortable. 3, 2, 1. And your next exhale, return to center. That's good. I'm going to turn sideways this time so that you can see my back. Got to keep my left leg in the front. My preference is my right leg in front, and so the left leg always feels awkward, but I like to try to keep everything balanced. So I take turns, even though it's not my favorite. Back is straight. Pretend that you have a silver cord going up to the ceiling. Maybe you're doing yours out in the snow, so it's going up to the sky. Hopefully you're not in the snow. We have a beautiful sunny day here. It's not really that cold. And it's pulling your head straight up. So that helps you to focus and maybe straighten your shoulders a little better. So take your left hand out. Left hand out to the side. We're going to inhale the right hand up. Exhale over. Hopefully I'm straight, yes. I'm on my fingertips. You can be on your palm. On the fingertips, then as I loosen up, I can actually walk my fingers out a little further for a little deeper stretch. 3, 2, 1. On your next exhale, pull yourself up to center. That feels really, really nice. Last one on the left side. Inhale. Left arm up. Whoops. I'm still on the left side. Sorry. We're going to inhale the right arm up. Exhale as we lean in to the left side. Walking my fingertips a little further out, really stretching. And I've got my back straight. That's good. 3, 2, 1. Suck in your gut and pull yourself upward as you exhale. That's good. Let's take our legs out. Put your arms behind you. We're going to shake them out. And let's rotate our ankles. And reverse. And then side to side. I'm just twisting my feet side to side. Turn this one like this. And then come back up. And this time put the right leg back in front. We're going to do a spinal twist. Twists are so good for your whole body. They give your whole abdominal cavity a nice gentle massage, which is, of course, great for your digestion. And how we're going to do this, we're going to take the right hand, place it gently behind our back. We're going to inhale the left arm up and place it on our right thigh and twist. Twisting is also good for the spine. It's moving it in different directions that we normally move our spine in. You don't want to twist too far. 3, 2, 1, and on your next exhale, return to center. I always felt adjustments in my back when I do a twist. I just felt one. I've already done a class today, practicing. So I'm still working things out. Every time you do a practice, even if you have already done one or something else, you'll find other layers are coming to the surface. Inhale, the left arm behind us, right hand on the left thigh, sitting up nice and tall and twisting to the left. Really holding in that Uddiyana Bandha. And 3, 2, 1. On your next exhale, return to center. Inhale, nice and straight. Remember that string. I said silver because it just reminds me of Christmas, I think, and faith, and it's prettier than just a silly little string. Just to say string, like silver string. It's more majestic, I guess. I don't know. Glittery. Maybe I should say a glittery string pulling us up. Inhale. And place the right hand behind. Exhale. Left hand on the right thigh. Oh yeah, now my shoulder adjusted. I'm really getting some nice depth. And to my poses today. 3, 2, 1. On your next exhale, return to center. You should feel a nice stretch through this intercostal area as you're twisting. Inhale, left hand behind. Exhale, right hand on left thigh. And breathe normally. I sometimes like to take deep breaths in a twist, but you don't have to. I feel like with a deep breath, it's really pressing on the organs a little deeper. 3, 2, 1. Bringing that gentle massage into the whole abdominal cavity. Now we're going to take our hands and just place it on our, not on the knee, but above the knee here. We're going to start rolling around like you're stirring a nice warm pot of chili or winter stew or honey in your tea or coffee. Nice and slow. We don't want our stews to stick on the bottom of the pan. And I have one of those honey things that you twist to get the honey out, and then you drop it into the cup and reverse. This should feel really nice. Just a nice, slow, gentle. We're trying to do about 5 of these. I'm going very slow. Here's 2. You want to keep pace with me or go slower, or probably try not to go faster. 3. 4. Last one coming up. And 5. Let's do come to our tabletop, which is on all 4s. And we're just moving nice, gentle, slow moves. I'm going to check my notes. I always forget things. I know kind of where I want to go, but then I forget. Oh yeah, we're going to do our tabletop. And let's just do some, I'm just twisting my hips side to side, which feels really nice after sitting. And then bring all that to stillness. We're going to do some cat-cows. So you can see my back is nice and straight to begin with, neutral position. We're going to inhale into cat. And try to think about, and then when you get up here, just hold out for a second, that you're guiding with your rib cage. So you're not overextending the low back. And then exhale into cow. And again, the same thing. I see a lot of young people really doing this, really over crunching that low back. That's not necessarily a good thing to do, especially if you're a little older or have other physical issues in your back. Inhale, cat. You'll still get the same benefit. That's the part of this class I was trying to explain, is have faith that even if you do a little, you are doing an amazing thing for your body. Exhale into cow. And you're doing more than you would be doing if you weren't doing anything, right? Inhale, cat. Last one. Exhale, cow. And let's take our feet together and spread our knees wide apart and come into a nice extended child's pose, except keep your palms off of the mat. We're really doing some finger work here today. We don't really think about exercising our fingers, but we should. Inhale, and on your next exhale, walk your hands to the right. Oh, got a nose itch. Inhale. Exhale through center, walking your hands to the left. And again, I'm keeping my palms off. It's like I have spider fingers. And I'm really digging into the mat, or right now into the carpet. It's off the mat. And that will help to build strength in your fingers and your forearms. to help prevent carpal tunnel. On your next exhale, return to center, and this time lay your hands flat and just relax. On your next inhale, raise up. And we're going to come into cow legs. And one of the easiest ways to get into cow legs is from tabletop. We're going to take our right leg and place it behind us, behind the left leg, and then just come back into a seated position. And you can adjust your feet out further if you want. Mine, this is a good thing for me right here. This gives a really nice stretch through your IT band. I feel it. It's on the side of your thigh. Don't stretch that very often. We need to, especially if you're a runner, you don't want to get that stiffened up. I never had an issue with mine, but I've had people that I have come to me for issues of that nature, and they're in a lot of pain. And while you're down here in cow legs, you can do a little massage on your feet, which is also very good to help boost your immune system. I'm just massaging my toes right now. We're going to stay here probably another minute. If at any time, as always, you need to come out of a pose, just come out of it and you can go into another comfortable pose. If you, for some reason, cannot do cow legs this way, perhaps you need a blanket or a block under your buttocks, and just massage, really massage in the crease where the toes and the feet meet. It's very good. And around the base of the big toe is where your thymus gland is, on the reflex zone here. And you can really give a good massage through there for that immune system. And now I'm going to take my hands, place them behind me, and stretch my legs out. Shake them. And I'm going to come into cow pose a different way this time. I'm just going to take my right leg and cross it over my left. So now my left leg is on the bottom. I think that's opposite. Yes, it's opposite of what I had before. So this is another easy way to come into cow pose. And your cow pose may not look like mine. Your cow pose may look more like this. And that is fine. Just remember how faint that it's good. If you are uncomfortable doing cow pose at all, then you just come over onto your back into a restorative rest pose and do some knee to chest, one at a time and both together. Now, while we're here, and if you chose to not do cow pose, you can still do the tapping while you're laying down. Or you can be in easy pose and do it too. Or you can sit in a chair, whichever is most comfortable for you. We're going to take our fingers, because I promised that we would do some things for the immune system. We've massaged the feet and the thymus gland here on the base of our big toe. Hopefully you did that. And just have your fingers like together. And we're just going to tap all around the base of this bone around our neck. This is for your immune system. right below the fleshy indentation is the best place to hit the thymus gland. I've got both fingers going around there. I'm going to do one and go up and around my neck. Let's just go down the arm too. That feels so good. While we're sitting in our cow pose. And now taking my left hand, going down my right arm, and back up. And then on the inside of my right arm, and back up. Go around my neck. And I'm going to take both fingers, go around my neck, come around my head, my forehead, around the eyebrow. If you have any sinus, I did a lot of tapping during my COVID time because I did have a lot of sinus pressure. My worst symptoms was the headache and around the jawline, and like this burning right here through my chest. I did a lot of tapping on that and breathing in eucalyptus oil and a steamer. That helped a lot. All around your face, gentle. And then coughing. I didn't have as bad a coughing as a lot of people, I think, because of steaming and tapping. Tapping up on the back of the head, all the way back down around. That should be feeling very stimulated. I always feel a lot of like an energy flow happens when I do that. Maybe it gets blood to my head. Maybe I should stand on my head more. Let's shake our fingers out. Get all the stuff. Shake back and forth, up and down, and around. And then I'm going to take my my hands behind me, stretch my legs out, and shake it out. Now, I know that I put my phone on silent, so I don't know why I'm getting a message. I'm going to have to turn this off. Go ahead, and our next pose is going to be back into tabletop. So please go back into tabletop and do a few rotations. Yes, do not disturb. If you've got your tabletop, sorry about this. I can't believe that the phone has been acting crazy too. It is on do not disturb, which means I'm not supposed to receive any calls or texts, nothing. And it's just booming around everywhere. I didn't mean to leave you in tabletop that long. Okay, from tabletop, curl your toes under and raise up into down dog. And let's walk your dog out. By the way, that was a spam call. I guess they don't have to observe, do not disturb. I don't know how, I didn't think they could. That's so strange. Bring that to stillness. And then see if you can get your heels down to the floor. If you can't, again, have faith that someday you might be able to. Don't worry about it. But if you can't get them down there together, then what I want you to do is really raise up the right leg and lean towards the left, and then you can put that down. I want it down so you can lift your right leg up. We're going to bend your knee. We're going to rotate the hip joint, open through that groin, and reverse. And then bring the right leg up in between the hands. Lower the left knee down so that you are in a low lunge. And then we're going to have our left hand down on the mat. We're going to inhale the right hand up. And we're going to do a half standing thread the needle. So a lot of people don't like to do thread the needle laying down. So we're going to do a variation. So we're going to inhale and exhale the right hand through the needle. And just like you're trying to reach your shoulder down to the mat, if you get there, I will be totally amazed and you'll probably be broken. But just pretend that you're doing it. This gives a nice stretch through your body. Inhale up and look up at your right hand. Exhale down through the needle. Inhale up and exhale through the needle. Inhale the right hand back to the mat. And push yourself backwards into a half split. You're doing a lot of stretching. Remember I said because of the winter and how we tighten up our muscles, we're wanting to gently stretch them out. If you cannot do this because you have knee issues, everyone else come back up. Bring your right leg back. I'm going to show you what you can do if you can't do this on the mat. Is you can come down here and use your strap and just do some stretching this way. Gentle stretching. Yours may look more like this. I don't know how limber you are. I can't see the people in the class. Come up to you, feel that stretch, and stop. Right there. Wherever your stretch is. Okay, so there's an alternative to this one. If you can't do thread the needle the way that I demonstrated on that side, you can do thread the needle down here, or you can just lay on your back and do a four-legged pigeon pose. A four-legged. You can do it's called number 4 or pigeon pose on your back. Because your legs look like they're in number 4. Okay, let's go back now into tabletop for those that are going to follow this route. Inhale, curl your toes. Exhale up into down dog. And walk the dog again. And every how you can, try to bring the right heel down. Bring the left leg straight up. Bend the knee and circle. Nice and slow. And reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then bring the right leg up in between the hands. Lower your knee down. If you need a blanket under your knee, you should have one handy because I told you to bring one to class. We're going to keep our right hand down here on the mat. Inhale the left hand up. Wave, wiggle your fingers. We've really been working our fingers a lot. Exhale as we thread the needle. It's just putting the hand through there, which opens up the hip flexors a little bit more and gives the shoulder a nice little stretch. Inhale up. Exhale down through the needle. Inhale up. Exhale down through the needle. It's also another balance pose. You really have to kind of balance up here. Inhale the right hand back on the mat. Push yourself backwards into a half split. Don't go too far. Just go as far as you feel that first stretch and stop. And as you stay in the pose for a minute, you might be able to ease down a little further, but please do not overstretch. That's worse than not stretching at all. Inhale up. Bring the right leg back around. And you deserve a nice crocodile pose. So let's come down to the mat and go into our crocodile pose with the right hand on the bottom, left hand on top. Our hands are at a T here. Can you see that? And then our forehead lays on our top hand, which right now is the left hand. And crocodile pose is really one of the best poses to relieve stress. You can do this at your desk. Just put your hands down and lay your head down on your hands at your desk if you can. And then put your elbows under your shoulders into a Sphinx pose. That felt good. My back just had a very nice adjustment. It's better than going to the chiropractor, guys and gals. I say guys, but guys and gals. While you're down here, just take a few breaths. And let's curl our toes under. Bring our torso back up. And sit in hero's pose. You can sit on a blanket, whatever you need to do. Oh, that felt good. Just take a moment. I'm starting to sweat. I hope you guys are sweating. I'm really warming up, even though it's not a heavy, it's like a t-shirt material, but it's really soft. But I always find it kind of exciting when I can work up a sweat in yoga. I don't know about you guys, but it tells me that my whole body's warming. And then we're going to place our hands back down on the mat. And if you claw with your fingertips into the mat. It will take the pressure off of your wrist. Curl your toes under. Go back up into a down dog. And then over into a plank. We're going to hold our plank for 15 seconds. This will bring the sweat up. This is a great, if you don't do any other exercise but plank, 3, 2, 1. Bring your knees down and come back into hero's pose once again. Plank exercises your whole body, really builds the core strength. So if you don't do anything but plank, that I guess that's better than doing nothing, of course. Inhale, bring the hands back up. Lift your hips up in the air. And roll over into your plank. And we're going to hold it for 30 seconds this time. We're building. While you're in plank, really pull in the stomach muscles. I can't really see, there's a shadow on the computer, but I hope I'm nice and straight. We've got 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And lower yourself down to the mat. Into crocodile pose. This time left hand on the bottom, right hand on top. Straighten your feet out. Pound them out if you want. Shake them out. I'm just going to stay here in crocodile pose for a few seconds. Just to assess, how does your body feel right now? You should be feeling more relaxed, and I always feel really good after I exercise because I feel energetic. So you should be feeling a little more energetic, like you're really ready for the day. Your mind is clear. Your mental state is better. Things that you were worrying about maybe has gone away. Now bring your elbows under your shoulders back into your Sphinx pose. We're going to hold this for 30 seconds. Just a nice gentle stretch on the back. And then we're going to spend the rest of the class on our backs doing a few sequences. You will need your strap. That would be nice. And have your stuff ready for Shavasana. I just can't believe this. And go ahead and roll over onto your back. Maybe I'll just take my sound down. It's supposed to be do not disturb. I checked it. And of course, whenever I try to film class, there's always weird stuff that happens. So you should be on your back with your strap, your eye mask, I have to get mine out, your blankets, lay in restorative rest pose for a minute. technology can be very frustrating at times. I have my strap in a great big loop. See that? So if you don't have your strap set up, you can go ahead and work on setting it up, get your buckle set. And what you want is a loop that is big enough to have your feet out at a nice wide V. Have it a little bit longer than you feel comfortable with your legs out this way, because you're going to be holding it in the middle like this. So that will pull it in some. So strap is ready. Let's go ahead and bring the right knee up, and you can hold behind your leg or on your shin. If you have knee issues, I would not recommend holding the shin. I just hold behind the knee. I have one knee that's got problems, and it's just best for me to not try and, I guess, tempt fate. I have to have faith that I'm going to keep my knees in good shape until the end of my life, I hope. So I've got my knee and I'm pressing it in. You can take the left leg and straighten it out if you want, which gives it a little bit different venue. And on your next exhale, I'm going to take my left hand on the outside of the right leg and gently pull it over. Keep your right shoulder on the mat. Your hip will come up, of course. And I'm going to look to my right. Just in another nice gentle stretch. Excuse me. And then inhale that leg up. Place that right foot on the mat. Bring up the left to be even with it. Inhale the left knee up towards the head and then lower the right leg down. Doing it that way provides a nice piriformis stretch also. Just holding it here. Very gentle. And as you breathe, you'll notice that your abdomen comes up to meet your thigh. And that gives another gentle massage to the whole abdominal cavity. We've got to keep the colon functioning through the holidays because people tend to eat a lot more junk that's maybe not on their diet. And doing that can cause the colon to back up and, of course, hold more germs and bacteria that we need to pass out. So we want to keep the colon flowing. We're going to inhale the right arm up, place it over the left leg on the outside of the thigh, and exhale as we pull that out. And you can see here on this side now on the camera, this whole side comes up, but my shoulder remains on the mat. And I just have my right hand resting for, like we did on our head. It puts a little pressure, but I'm not pulling my leg down. My leg is no way going to meet the floor here, my knee. But that's the goal, is to have the knee pointing towards the mat. And if you will notice, you can take your hand up and put your hand on it, and you feel how it stretches a little bit more through here. But not overly, because we're not forcing anything. Do not ever force your body into a position. If you're forcing it, you're not having the faith that what you can do is the best for your body. On your next exhale, bring the left leg up and bring up the right leg to meet it. And we're going to inhale both legs up. And this is called passing wind pose. So if you have wind, you can pass some wind this way. And we're just going to roll gently side to side. And if you do pass wind, that is a perfectly normal bodily function. It's something that needs to be done. So don't be shy. And if you're home alone doing this, it doesn't really matter, right? Wow, that feels so nice. Now I'm going to grab my strap, put it around my feet on the right above where the arch is, because there's a tendon in the arch that can get damaged if you pull too hard. So we have our feet this way, and I'm pulling in. And as I pull in, it pulls my toes towards my head, which is what gives that nice stretch. I'm just going to hold this stretch for a minute. I've got my shoulders on the mat. And now I'm going to take my hands and get up closer to my feet and pull in my knees to my chest into a happy baby. And we can do one leg up and one leg down. You know how happy babies, they like to do this. Play with their toes, move their legs. That's a happy baby. Maybe because it helps them to pass gas. They didn't get all their burp out, right? And we'll do one more on each side. Make sure you've done even amounts. Whew, feels good. And then we're going to just roll. We're going to roll completely over on our side and then roll back. And we're holding our feet in this with our strap in this nice V shape. And then we're going to bring the feet together for a nice hand to toe pose. Your hand to toe pose may be out here. That's why we use the strap. Because maybe you cannot reach your toes. Maybe you can. I'm holding both feet and hand to toe pose. I'll get up there. I want you to keep your shoulders on the mat though, because I don't want the back rounded or the neck strained. And it's just more comfortable to do it with the strap. And then gently remove your strap, bend your knees, place your feet on the mat. We're going to do some windshield wipers. I'm going to bring the right leg to the right, left leg follows, and then back and forth, about 5 of these. Really stretching that low back out. And then get ready for Shavasana. Bring that to stillness. Stretch your feet out. Get your blankie, cover up. I'll meet you back up here in about 10 to 12 minutes. I forgot to get my bolster out. I'm going to use my blocks. It is always best to put something under your knee so that you're not laying there with your low back straining. So I'm going to put these under my knees instead of my bolster. I think I could do it this way, even it's softer. I have my blocks here. I'm going to put my blanket on top of the blocks, and that's like a bolster. There we go. The point of Shavasana is to get as comfortable as possible. And I'm going to take you through a another breathing. We're going to do alternate breathing, and I will talk you through it. You will hold with your thumb, the right nostril closed, and your index finger is up, and you'll breathe through your left nostril. Close off the left nostril with your pointer, with your index finger, that's easier. Lift the thumb off of the right nostril and breathe out. We'll do that 3 times, 3 rounds of it. So here you go. Thumb on left nostril, breathe in. Index finger closes left, releasing the right nostril, breathe out. Breathe in the right nostril, close with the thumb, lift the the middle finger and breathe out. Breathe in the left nostril, close, breathe out the right, breathe in the right, close, breathe out the left, breathe in the left nostril, close, breathe out the right, breathe in the left, close, breathe out the right, and then just start breathing normally into your Shavasana mode.
Go ahead and take a few last wiggles, maybe a nice big long stretch or a yawn. And then when you're ready, you can roll over onto your right side and stay in a nice cozy fetal position for a few seconds. And then using your right arm, which should be your top arm, unless you go to the right, it will be the left. And gently push yourself up, head coming up last. Again, I'm sorry about those calls. I can't figure out why they come through when I have on Do Not Disturb. I only allow 2 people to do that, and both of them were at work, and it wasn't them. One was a prank, a spam call, and I don't know what the other was. I didn't check it. So,
Here we are again at the end of our faith yoga class. I hope you enjoyed it. And again, apologize. I'm going to have to call the company and see what's wrong because my phone, it turns off sometimes, but I think it's got a bug on it. So let's see what faith is. Faith is the unshakable knowing of the heart when nothing makes sense to the mind. Optimism is an expression of faith in action. And that's what I was thinking about that really went with this class is the optimism that at some point, someday, you will be able to do the pose of how you really feel would be your best. And until that time, you do the pose where you're at. But you have an optimistic outlook on what your goal could be. So that's your faith. Then I found this really cool quote on power of positivity. Happy are those who take life day by day, complain very little, and are thankful for the small things in life. So be thankful for the very small moves that we're making in yoga, and someday they will be a little bit larger. Let's rub our hands together, bringing warmth, love, joy, and faith. And press that into our heart center. And I bow and honor the light in you and ask that you honor the light in others. Namaste. Have a wonderful evening or day whenever you watch this. Ta-ta for now, and thank you for joining me.